everyone, and welcome to the Retrospective Paths podcast. Today, I have the hosts of Waking Up the Witch with me, Taylar and Amber. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
What part of the world are you in?
We're in Southern Oregon.
I was introduced to your podcast by a good friend of mine, so I'm so happy to connect with you and just really, let's dive in and get into this.
Yeah.
So with that said, if you two can just give me a little bit of your background. How do you guys know each other? How did this come to be? Who are you?
Yeah, go first. Yeah, sure. So I'm Amber. This is Amber's voice. And I moved to Southern Oregon in August of 2021 from Denver, Colorado. And yeah, I needed a haircut really, really bad. And I have a lot of fucking hair. Can I say fuck on here?
Yes, you can.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
I say fuck a lot.
It's encouraged.
I have a lot of hair and always really love like a super layered look. Stevie Nicks is the goal. And I was searching Instagram for like hairstylists using the hashtags. And I kept coming to Taylar's profile for shag haircuts. And I was like, God, so good, so good. And then I had just quit my corporate job. So I was like building my business and didn't have like a huge clientele. So I wasn't making a lot of money for myself, and my husband was making money, but we just sold our house. We're trying to get settled and so didn't really have like a lot of extra funds to just, do like with whatever. And Taylar is an expensive haircut. And so I was like, fuck, Mark will be so pissed if I tell him how much I spent on a haircut. And so I just kept searching. And literally there's no one else out here who would do it the way that I want it. And I just needed it so bad. I had so much dead end. So I went to someone else here, and it was a good haircut, but it wasn't at all what I asked for, what I wanted, what I needed. I didn't feel like myself, but it was like, okay, it's cleaned up, whatever. I'll keep searching. Maybe I'll find somebody else. And literally like 3 or 4 months of me searching, every single post led back to Taylar. So then I just started stalking her on Instagram, watching her stories. And I'm like, oh man, she just seems really cool. She's doing all these fun things. So finally I was like, okay, I'm getting a haircut like 4 times a year. That's really not that much money when I think about it like that.
Right.
And to have a fucking haircut that's going to make me feel like myself, worth it, right? And so I finally like bit the bullet, booked a session, sat in her chair, and you take over the rest from here. I had the best haircut ever, by the way.
Thank you. I just remember she said that she was a psychic, and I was like, oh, I want to be around that.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you like to do for fun? She's like drinking wine and hiking. I'm like, oh my God, me too. And then I was like, well, we could like hang out sometime.
I was so nervous. She looks so cute in her big old bell bottoms. Like, she's such a vibe.
Thank you. And then we got wine, and it was just kind of over after that.
Yeah. And I won't let anyone else touch my hair.
It would be awkward at this point.
It would be really awkward at this point.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Went somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great human, amazing artist, and great friend.
I mean, and that's also
That's
kind of how
awesome.
we got connected with you, because I do your friend's hair as well.
Yes.
So
look at that.
All leads back
it's all
to
through
the chair.
the hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hair queen.
I love that. That's awesome. I had entertained the idea of moving to San Francisco years ago, and I have the same hairstylist. I've had him since, God, like almost 15, 17 years. I don't even know. And I was about to say, I was like, I'm going back to Adam. Like, there's no way.
Right.
Like, I'm not. And because he cut, I had long hair to my ass, and then like he did a bob at one point because I went kind of crazy for a second, and I was like, I just want to cut it all off, and and he was on his knees, literally, like, yeah. So yeah, I get that. Like we're retiring together,
Yep.
Like,
yes, exactly.
You're not going anywhere.
No, there's nothing like an amazing haircut. Like when you could just feel like yourself, and it creates such a different energy for yourself. And Taylar does that, and she educates the fuck out of you too, which like I've never had an experience like that where you sat down and asking me so many questions about my lifestyle. I was like, I'm here for a haircut. Cool. And it all like, is a part of how she can help you the best. And yeah, my hair's never looked better.
I also think it's an energy transfer. So like being careful who you exchange energy with is like important, and making sure they're like good vibes, healing, and not somebody that you're taking on their weird shit
and
too.
Yeah, same for you as the stylist. Like you're picky about who you allow coming back to your chair too.
Definitely.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like
That's how we met.
like anxious energy. Yeah, anxious energy that for like there's a person that she'll wash my hair. Hopefully she doesn't listen to this. Anyway, she's a very nice woman. Very nice woman, but she assists my my hairstylist, and I'm just kind of like, she's very anxious. And I was like, I felt weird. I was like, I don't want her to like wash my hair.
That's fine.
Hands
don't touch my head. Yeah.
Touching you and your crown. Like that's so much access.
Yeah.
Totally.
Exactly. Yeah, that's awesome. So you're the hair that just you guys just meant to be.
Yeah.
So then leading into my next question, so how did Waking Up the Witch, like where did you who came up with the idea? Did you guys how did that happen?
Lots of wine.
I started getting like some energy work done with Amber, and we were like trading services, and I had never really done stuff like that and was like exploring my spirituality, and we hung out. We did like wine Wednesdays, and we would just talk for hours and hours and hours, like to the point where I'm like, I have to go home. Like we've been just talking. Like nonstop about just like the world, life, like just the universe, everything, our past, the present, goals. And then I've always wanted a podcast. I never knew what the premise would be, but I'd never wanted to do it alone. And so there was like a couple people where I was like, hey, let's start a podcast. But I don't know what it is. And then I said it to Amber, and she's just a down bitch. And she was just like, okay. I was like, okay.
Awesome.
And then I do remember just sitting at a restaurant, and I was like, what about the name Waking Up the Witch? And she was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it just came through. I was like, that's exactly what it's called.
And because
like full
the
body
goal, I think for me was like, I want to learn more about my spirituality. So if we like the waking up portion is like coming at it from the idea of like we know nothing and we're just exploring and trying to like wake up the inner witch inside of us.
Wow.
And also I want to clarify to like us, the word witch isn't just like we're doing spell work. Like I honestly rarely ever do anything like that. It's more like taking back the word witch as being like a feminist and a healer and a creator and someone that would have been burned many years ago for just contributing to the community or being a loudmouth bitch. And so like to me, and I think to Amber, that's what the word witch is. It's just like taking back our power as women.
Right.
Yeah, it's just being an empowered being, however you identify. And the word witch has so much weight to it. And all that has ever happened to those who have been accused of witches, most people who were prosecuted and killed for being a witch weren't even actually claiming to be witches. They were healers. They were midwives. They were herbalists. They were people who, like loudmouth bitches, like Taylar said. And some men, too, were accused of
queer
this.
people.
It's just people that they could not control. And we cannot be controlled. We will not go down in history.
No.
Set
on fire.
Who will be controlled.
Yeah.
So yeah, witch is a very powerful word, and I really like owning that and being a space for healing that word and allowing other people to be curious about what witch actually means to them instead of this scary, evil, devil worshipping, mystical creature.
But if you want to do that, it's
Right.
fine. That's too.
I mean, that's fine too. Yeah. Right. I'm glad that you touched on that because it's so true. Like I've had people like, "Are you a witch? Are you a witch?" I was like, "I don't know what I am really. I'm just existing and like just
Yeah.
going with the flow." And you have books in your office or this and that, you know, that
Mhm.
are look a certain. And it's like it's funny that it's like why. Yeah, it's just scary to some people, and you're like,
It's
"Why are
just
you
so
scared?"
taboo. Most people just don't understand it. They've been taught certain things and they're afraid
Yeah.
to ask questions. And like
Mm-hmm.
my shop, I have a witchy boutique here in Southern Oregon. I've literally like a month ago had a
Which I
woman
need
up
to go
here.
to.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful here. It's such a vibe. But a woman came up with her daughter, like knew nothing, didn't know what she was walking into, and she's like, "So, are you a witch?" And I was like, "I am a witch." And she's like, "So, is that like devil worship then?" And
Yeah.
I couldn't help but laugh because it's just this, the way that most people in our society have been brought up to think about witches. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, no, that like the devil to me is very much a Christian belief. Like,
Correct.
I don't
Exactly.
like, yeah, there are things that are of devil energy, if you want to call it
Sure.
that, but that's just a label that the Christians created to control how you behave in this world, you know?
Yeah.
Correct. I mean, even
So
people
true.
that practice Satanism don't believe in the devil. It's just
Exactly.
like the extreme opposition to being oppressed by Christianity.
Yeah.
Even if you
Yep.
call yourself a Satanist, it's just that you believe women should have rights and to not abuse children or pets,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that we should have like sovereignty from extreme Christianity.
Totally.
Only Christians believe in the devil, I think.
I think so too.
Right.
From
Yeah.
what we know
And
and
In my
give
opinion.
understand.
no, yeah,
Also,
I
sorry,
believe
we
that.
talk a lot about
Deconstructing
yeah.
religious
Love it.
trauma. We definitely have a lot of guests that are sharing their journey of healing, what they were indoctrinated into while they're just rediscovering what spirituality means to them. Yeah, so that's definitely a topic we talk a lot about.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And on that note, how do you come up with your content? Like what's that process like for you guys? Like, do you ever have any disagreements? Maybe you don't want to talk about something or
No.
A little crazy because like honestly, Taylor inspires me all the fucking time. Like, I feel like our energy, like, it feels like we complete each other in a lot of ways. And
I
like, I
said
could
that to
cry.
my mom on the way here.
Did you? It's like,
Could
ain't it
cry.
though? Like, it's so
Aw.
wild because you don't always find a friend like that. And like, I
Mhm.
feel like we're such good business partners.
Yeah.
That's great.
We
That's
balance each other out
important.
all the time. Like, even like we've been through so many waves of like just personal life stuff that's happened, and it's so wild how it balances out every single time. Like when I'm feeling like today I'm having my first big period day and I'm like so low
Thank you so much
energy.
for not canceling on me.
God, no. I mean, this fuels me. Like, I'm such a different
Good, because
person right now doing this than I was
Yeah.
30 minutes ago. Like, oh my God, I'm just
okay.
so like tired
Because
and
I would have
drained. And
totally understood. I would have been
for
like, I
sure.
get
I mean,
it.
I'm sitting here like talking with women. Like, is there
Yeah.
anything better to do when you're bleeding? Like, that's the
Yes.
best. But like, our energy always balances. And she comes in, she's like, I have so many ideas. I've been doing all these things all morning. I was like, girl, it's 9:30.
Love
Like,
it.
you've done all of that today. And so like it's always like that. And then vice versa. When Taylor's like, I'm having a really rough time in life right now. I'm depressed, I'm scared, I'm nervous. And I'm like, it's
Yeah.
cool, girl. I got us.
Amber,
And then
yeah.
I'm up and like and it's
Great
always
balance.
like that every single time. And then sometimes we're both up. But I don't think we've ever both been
I
down
agree.
at the same time, which is so
Which
incredible
is
and
what we were
wild.
talking about is like sometimes when you have a project like this and it's a creative endeavor, it's kind of hard to keep going. But when you have someone dragging you
Yeah.
along when you're like not able to go on and they just
Yeah.
like take the reins,
Yeah.
it makes it easier to keep going. And so it's like, it hasn't been a long time, but I struggled a lot being like pregnant and postpartum. So she'd be like, I got the
Oh.
socials this week. I'll
Yeah.
send the emails for this person this week and do all of these
Mm.
things. She'll go through something and I'm like, don't worry, I'll post the episode.
Yeah.
I'll get the thing. And it's what I was telling my mom on the way here is like, the reason I think we work so well together. Also, we've had someone read our birth charts and be like, this makes exact sense why you guys like
Really?
make such good business partners.
It's on the
like
pod.
you complete each other.
Wow.
But it's like, I live up here. I'm like, oh my God, I got this thing, this. Like, we should do this. We
Okay.
should do this. And Amber's like, okay, I'll make it and I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I'll reach out to this and I'll do that. And so it's like, she kind of like can bring some of my ideas to like creation in a way that like I can't do by myself.
And I don't
Right.
feel like I definitely have these surges of like inspiration. Like I think our brains inspire each other, which then
Totally.
that's when it comes through. Like solo, I don't always, and maybe I'm not giving myself enough credit as
I
I'm
don't
saying
think
that.
so.
Like
Yeah.
I don't feel like my brain's always like cooking up the ideas, but I have learned a lot of skills, and there's a lot of things that I'm naturally good at or really enjoy, and vice
That Virgo
versa.
rising.
That it's like we complement each other so well in that way, and we both have similar and also different strengths. And so we have another project business that we created literally a few months ago. We're doing events together with another friend, and like
Nice.
it's just so cool how everything comes together and how we're able to build that together. And we've never really had like conflict in business at
Honestly, the
all.
thought of that makes me very sad. I don't even
Well,
think
and I
about it.
promise to like always work it out with you. Like I'm not going to just abandon ship or be like, fuck you.
Communication.
Like we're really good
Right.
at communicating, and we both just have like such a love and a drive for doing this. And every single time, like even talking to you on your podcast right now, every time we do this, we're so inspired and like feel
Awesome.
it just continues to pour into our cup instead of draining us, even though it is so much work. Like you have people don't know how much work goes into making a podcast, and not just
Right.
making it, but then like promoting it and creating content
Yes.
and stuff, and
Not being paid.
not like we
Right.
don't make any money. We still don't make any money doing
Yeah.
this yet, but we just love
Right.
it. It's such a passion
Not yet.
project. And
Not
not
yet.
yet. And we're like, we see that in our future as well. And there's also, I think this is helpful too. There's a 6-year age gap between us. And so
Oh, wow. Okay.
like there is, and it comes up sometimes like in funny ways where she's like, man,
That's funny.
you're so old. And I'm like, man, you don't know what that is. Like, so every now and then we'll like realize like, man, there is this
Hilarious.
age gap between us. But I think it benefits us too, because there's a lot of skills that I've learned that maybe were never needed for her to learn.
I can't write an email.
Like I worked a job for many, many years that was my main job. Like I love writing emails. Like I'm so good at it. I know how to like
Right.
organize these things, and my Virgo rising gets real happy. And
Yep.
like she's really good at social media and trends and things like that. So she just tells me like, hey, we're posting 5 TikToks today. Okay, I've got these 3. You do 2. I want you to do this. I'm like, great. Okay, just like direct me. And she's a Scorpio. Most Scorpios are very like they can tell you what to do if you need them to. And I'm a
Yes.
Libra. I can't make up my mind or like focus on something. So
That's
please
so
tell me what
funny.
the fuck
Yep.
to do. So it just
We have no
works.
problem delegating.
No, and I like
Delegation
love
is
it.
like,
I'm like, I
I
always
get it.
do well with a Scorpio. Well, except my mother's a Scorpio. I don't like when she
Oh
tells me what to
wow,
do.
you guys have a lot of
My
Scorpios
mother
around
and
you.
my father are both
Mhm.
Scorpios. They did not work
That
out.
really?
I don't know if I knew that. Both
Yeah.
of my parents are
Yeah.
Pisces.
We've definitely talked about
Okay.
this because both of our
Whoa,
parents are the
okay.
same signs. They also
Yeah.
didn't work out.
My dad that I didn't really know him. I found out he was dead like a few years. Anyway, we could save that. But he was a Scorpio. My sister's a Scorpio. We have different dads.
Wow.
My mom's a Saggy, and
So
she's
she
very much
could
a
have
Saggy.
been a Scorpio. She just cooked too long.
Pretty much. Yeah, but she's very much the epitome of a Saggy. I love
I
her.
love
Love you,
it.
Mom. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll talk all about your life story
Yeah,
when we chat
there's
with
a
you on
lot.
our podcast.
Exactly.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, it's true.
I get that. And you're motivating. I mean, when you talk about just staying motivated and stuff, as someone that's solo, like you guys are definitely just having this conversation with you right now.
Mhm.
Like, thank you. Because this is like this is
Yeah.
motivating me.
Totally.
So
And it's just such a great tool. Like podcasts are so amazing that we have this ability to connect with other humans all across the world
Right.
in this way. And
Mhm.
like, we have listeners all over the world, and like that's so exciting. Like,
And
and
crazy.
where we host our site, like there's a whole map. There's all these red dots and pink dots. I'm like, oh my God, there's
Oh,
people
wow.
in Australia who are listening to our voices, or Thailand, or it's like, whoa, that's
great.
crazy. And so that like our voices and the stories that we share, people are inspired by. And that's like the big thing, going back to like what is Waking Up the Witch and how did it start. Like it originated with like kind of an idea formed about talking about like spirituality and growth and different spirituality topics. And our first guest, like, we're like, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about you, and like told us her journey to becoming who she was. Like she set the tone for us that changed everything.
Yeah.
Of like, this is what we want.
That's
We
what
want
we
to
want.
hear people's journeys and like how they became who they are today and where they're going. And it was so powerful. That's like, this is what Waking Up the Witch is. And so
Yeah.
it's not just even necessarily spiritual people that we're talking to. We talk to all kinds of people now, and like, and about their journeys, about their stories, about their traumas, about everything that they've been through, that's like, that makes them human.
Yeah.
And that, and to hear these stories on our end, and I'm sure listeners, like connecting with these people, you see parts of yourself and
Yeah.
all these people. Like it really brings the collective energy together, and it's so inspiring. And like one of our most recent guests was a really good friend of Taylor's, and like hearing all of the crazy, horrible, like trialing things that she went through in her life, and to see that today, like, she's thriving. Like, it's just, you want to like root for these people. Like, these are real people, and what they're going through. Like, literally, people are like, I'm rooting for you. Go, girl. This is like, I'm so proud of you. Thanks for sharing your story. It means so much. So, yeah, it's really incredible what we get to do, and what you're doing is very similar. Here on Retrospective Paths, like you're getting to talk to everyday people about, like, here you are today, let's look back, let's talk about your journey. And I think that's so inspiring to people. It's why people do tune in. Like, no matter if you have 5 listeners or 5 million listeners, like, you are like, if we can just help one person and what we're sharing, hell yeah, we're successful. We did a great job.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree. That's awesome. Yeah. Sorry. Wow. I'm like speechless because
I also think
it's so moving.
like talking about like, oh, I have 18 subscribers, and it's like, that might not be a lot, but can you imagine 18 people standing in this room right now and you're talking to them? That would be kind of overwhelming. So it's like keeping that
That's
in
a good way. It's good
perspective.
perspective. Yeah. Wow. So I feel like this was actually a good segue in terms of how in doing this, creating this content that you're doing, putting yourself out there. I mean, I feel like putting yourself out there and hearing your
So
voice,
scary.
for me, it's so weird, right? Like, it's very, and if, in a sense, it's almost liberating, right? I feel like you liberate yourself from being, don't look at me, or,
We judge
things
ourselves
like
so
that.
much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's like, with that said, for both of you, what is anything that you can speak to on like how it's revealed anything within you where you're like, wow, obviously you're helping others,
Yeah.
on a personal level and maybe even spiritual.
I think for myself, this is kind of like very vulnerable of me to say, but like for the first episode we ever did, we told like a little bit of our own stories. And I remember listening back and thinking like, I actually sound like intelligent, and I like have convinced myself I'm fucking stupid to half the time. And so to like hear myself speak, I'm like, wow, that's like a different way that I've never really looked at myself. And I think like I was like the first episode we put out, I was sweating. I was so nervous.
I heard your first episode.
Our trailer, you were like, oh my God, no.
We can't do this.
And I was like, it's done. It's fine. And
Wow.
I felt good. And then when the first episode came out, you were more confident in the episode. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. Like, this is so, I can't believe we just did this. Like, anybody in the world can listen to this. Holy shit.
And I think, yeah, we've grown in so many ways. We've talked to so many interesting and like inspiring and beautiful people. I've learned a lot more about astrology, and lots of different healing modalities that I use in my own life now. And I am a much more confident person. I think putting yourself out there on the internet can really reflect back into like your real life. But I also think like being behind the chair for me as a hairstylist made me have to be more confident to put myself out. So it was like a ripple effect really for me.
Yeah, I would agree totally. I feel like it's
Lots of fake it till you make it. But
yeah.
like if
Yeah.
you
But
do
that confidence
something
is within you already, and it's just allowing yourself to like
embrace it.
anybody, like there's so many people out there who are either actually confident or faking confidence and living their life or working towards their dreams. It's like, why not me too?
Yes.
Why do I
I
think
love
that I'm
that.
less than, or
Ooh.
that I'm not able to, like, that I'm not special enough or whatever? And also
Mhm.
then that comes up where it's like, well, why am I even thinking that about myself?
But
And so that just
also
like you just keep digging into that shadow work and begin to
Mhm.
heal that. Like it's been so healing in that way of
talking to people about their life stories and where they start, it's like we're all kind of the same. And then if they're extremely
Yes.
successful now, it's like, okay, well, if you can do that, why can't I? Like
Yeah.
your life wasn't anything more special than mine. So like I just need to keep putting myself out there and I can have all of these things that I've dreamt of too.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, and like I'm thinking too, like I mean, now where we're at, we're almost the people that we're interviewing, like they're the ones being vulnerable at this point. Like we're a little bit more comfortable now that we've been doing it for a few years and sharing things, but like they're the ones that are doing the vulnerability here and sharing the
Right.
depths of their soul and everything that they've been through.
Yeah.
And we just continue to share like what's current in our worlds. And, instead of really divulging the depths, which that's coming soon too. We both decided
Yeah.
to interview each other and do like
Oh,
the
I
same way.
love
So
that.
we're in the middle of
Yes.
recording those. So it's coming soon.
That's
We will
great.
also be the vulnerable ones. Yeah, I think it's changed me in a lot of ways. And I think it's easier. I think for me, I don't know that I would do it or I would have done it like without Taylor. Like Taylor's like, she's really good at the fake it till you make it. And like, let's do it. Why not? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like we're each other's cheerleaders all the time. And like, we got this. And
That's awesome.
even recently there's things where I'm like, oh God, like I said this thing and it just came out not in the way that I wanted, and like it'll like haunt me, like things like that still happen, but it's
Right.
like we're just having a conversation, and like we can't be perfect. Like we're not perfect. We're human, and
Right.
I think it's given us a lot of opportunity for ourselves and the world around us and other people to have more grace and humanity as well with others. Like, we talked recently about cancel culture and like, for lots of great reasons, these things needed to happen. And we're kind of at this precipice now that it's like, well, then everybody's fucking canceled too. Like, if you're going to dig back deep in their history,
give people space to grow and change and do better.
like we've all fucked up. We've all
Right.
done things that are like not of our character now in the present moment, that it's like we're all learning through these experiences. And yeah, like maybe they do need to be brought up and confronted, but like allow
Right.
people grace and humility to be like, I wasn't educated at the time and now I see what I did wrong or
Yes.
whatever. So, it's, I think, remembering that and like looking back at how far we've come and how many, are in the vault to listen to now. It's like, I'm sure even 2.5 years
Totally.
ago, 3 years ago when we started this, we said some cringy shit. And, like we're growing through this process of sharing these stories and talking to humans, and like that's the whole point. And so like if you are choosing the path of growth and change and being better to other people, then like you don't deserve to be canceled because of one shitty
Right.
thing that you did. Like we're all going to make mistakes, we're all going to do things that aren't good in the world, and that's part of life and growing up. So if we're choosing growth, then we're doing the right thing.
Right. Right. Wow.
What she said.
So, yeah. So, like, I mean, we'll kind of stay on this topic a little bit, if that's okay. Like,
Yeah.
do you feel when you bring up cancel culture, do you think that, so do you believe people can change?
Afraid of starting some things because I definitely wasn't like politically correct at the time the internet first came out, and
Same.
like
Yeah.
posting stuff on Facebook growing up in a little rural town in Illinois. Like, I don't think I knew what the fuck I was talking about. I don't want
Right.
something like that to be dug up and then be like, look, she's pretending to be a good person, but she's not. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, I was 15
Mm,
and
Yeah.
right.
I didn't know to not say everything was gay. So
Yeah.
sorry,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And so I think that did stop me from putting myself out there. I think that I've been mean to some people probably before I had healed in a lot of ways. And
Right.
I don't think that's a reflection of who I am today. So I do
Yeah.
think people can change if they want to. And we should encourage that, because if we're just going to treat people as they've always been, then they have no reason to change.
Yeah, that's not gonna
Right.
and it's not gonna inspire anyone to do the work to change if we're just, you're now locked in time as this person because this one or however many shitty things that
Obviously,
you
if
ever
you're like
did.
a child molester, then we don't like
Yes.
forgive you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
There are
oh,
some.
yeah,
We have
no, totally.
boundaries, but
Yeah.
it's like,
Of course,
you
of
know,
course.
we're
Yes.
we're in the middle of what I think a lot of people are calling like a collective awakening. So I'm
Mhm.
hoping that a
Right.
lot of people are
Mhm.
awakening to healing and growth and change and being a better
Mhm.
person and trying to help others and thinking of themselves as the collective and not just a single person.
Yeah. No, I like that. Like that's something that resonates with me too. It's like when you look back, I think going through a healing, if anyone who's going on a healing journey or whatever you want to call it, it's funny how like, everything comes back to you in
Yeah,
whether
you
it's
have to
like
confront your shit.
flashbacks.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Or you think you're
And
healed
it's,
and then you're triggered by something else and it's like, oh,
oh,
maybe I haven't healed that.
Well, in
yep.
healing, it's like a rose or an onion if it's, like there's so many layers. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is one trauma and there's so many layers behind the trauma that like, and you don't know when you're going to be triggered either, but like
Yeah.
giving yourself the grace to like feel it all, like feel all your feelings. All feelings are beautiful and, are telling and can help to heal. And it's like when we want to just bypass those icky feelings, like that's not healing just because it's uncomfortable and you don't want
For
to
sure.
sit with yourself in your anger or in your grief or in what you may feel broken in. Like it's just as beautiful as like feeling ecstatic and joyful and happy and euphoric. Like they are the same, they're just different weights. And
Says the Libra.
Right.
Holding
of
her
course, I'm
hands
like,
in.
where's the
Yeah.
balance? But like without those depths, without those hard emotions, we wouldn't feel all the good things that we're always like striving to feel.
Totally.
Like it would just be fucking boring. And,
Right.
and like how many other creatures in the world have the capacity to feel so many emotions? Like that to me is fucking beautiful. And don't get me wrong, I hate not feeling good. I hate
Yeah.
feeling pissed off. I hate feeling
Right.
angry and like
And do you realize, are you able to call it out?
Oh, yeah.
Like since I like
yeah.
it's funny when you get to that point, and I think it's amazing when you're like, oh, I feel like shit because of this and that today, this and I think it's kind of like a blessing and a curse. I don't know for
Yeah.
me because I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm feeling so deeply right now, or
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's magnified once you start venturing on that path.
Yeah.
Totally. And you said before we started recording, like whatever's in the dark will be brought to light, and that might be
Oof.
your triggers, or I mean, we are literally sent to earth to be triggered and to like
Right?
look at it and then
Yes.
say,
Mhm.
okay, why am I acting like that? Oh, it's because of this thing. Okay, well, maybe I haven't fixed that yet, or I need to revisit this or whatever.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't know
And
if I said
it's
that well, but
You did.
no,
good.
you're totally no. I get it. Wow. Yeah. So back to so Amber, you said you're a Libra sun
I'm a Libra sun,
and a Virgo
Sagittarius moon, and a Virgo rising.
My best friend, who we spoke about earlier, is a Virgo rising, Libra sun. Same thing.
But it's
I mean,
hard, like, yeah, being vulnerable and
being vulnerable.
exposed.
None of my
and-
friends will do my podcast either. so-
Really?
No,
So let's
they're
talk
like,
about that. Why?
I think
What the
they
fuck?
just
Come
don't
talk to
think
us.
that they're special, but it's like we're talking to normal people about their life stories, and I think that they have a lot to say, and maybe they don't feel like they are interesting enough, but I mean, I think they're so interesting.
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
hang out
right?
with boring
I was
people.
going to say, you're friends with them. They must be
Exactly.
interesting.
No, I'm like, why won't
And
you
not
do my
everybody wants
podcast?
to like be out there, like
And I
the way
get
we
that.
put ourselves out there. you know?
Yeah.
And
That's
I think it
valid.
just comes back to that vulnerability factor too. And yeah, like it's really hard, like, you know, like we were talking earlier, like putting out our first episode, hearing our voices for the first time, and that realization of like it's so much bigger than this container and us like talking like we are right now. Like people are going to listen to this, people that you know, people that you don't know. And
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What makes you want to put like yourself out there?
That's heavy. But in a good way. You know what? I think it was a matter of me going through my dark night of the soul and coming out and finding all this literature, and kind of I teetered with Christianity for a little bit when I was younger. And I think it was a spiritual thing. I think it was because I'm not a psychologist, but I love psychology. I'm not a therapist, but I love talking to people, and people have always just kind of they just gravitate to me and then tell me like, I'm telling you, people will talk to me and they'll let me know about some stuff. I'm like strangers. And I find it really interesting that like putting myself out there, I want to have these conversations because I feel like this is maybe this, and that's like a moment of clarity for me right now. I think it's my way of helping people, maybe because I
100%.
can't, I feel so helpless in other ways where I'm like, let's talk about it. Let's let's dissect this shit. And I'm okay. Cause anyway, long story short, I had a lot of trauma growing up, and like a lot of us all do, but for certain things, I have no problem talking about it.
Yeah.
And I'm so open, and I feel like some friends that have similar upbringings, they don't want to talk about it yet. And for me, I'm like, I don't give a shit who hears, because I think that people will resonate.
Somebody else
will
has
want to
been
come
through
out and
it.
get that out.
Exactly.
Get
And
that
that's how
out,
you
know?
yourself are going to heal too. And by sharing your story and having these conversations, you are literally helping others who are in similar situations out in the world. It's the same exact reason why we do it too.
Yes. And also I love seeing people, whether they don't have to be super, I mean, what is success anyway to any, like successes could be just going out in your backyard and like, I don't know, just feeling the day and the sun anyway. Like for real, 100%. Like to me, it's like a level of success. I used to compare myself so much to everybody else because I didn't go to a big college or anyway, things like that. But I feel like the alchemy of all of it, and especially maybe being a Scorpio, I'm very passionate about that. I love when people could come out the other side and like they make something of themselves, or even if it is doing little things. Like I'm the biggest cheerleader for people because I think encouragement. I think you're right. Like when you said about your friends, you know, they don't think that they're special. Maybe they don't think that, they don't see that in themselves. Oh, I see that, to the point where sometimes I'm like, I'm a little mean about it, where I'm like, don't you see how great you are? And I'm kind of mean sometimes.
I have also had to tell myself, like, your goals are not everybody else's goals. They're happy, let them be. Because just because you think they could do more or better doesn't mean they fucking want to.
Yeah, that's real.
Wow. No, it's true, right? And it's like, I'm like have you seen that meme with the Care Bear with the crowbar? It's like, I'm the Care Bear who cares. If I find it, I'll send it to you. I'm like, that's so me. Because you're a Care Bear, but you're like with the crowbar and you're just like, get your shit together. Yeah. Don't you see how fucking awesome you are? And, you know, I'm like that even with, and it's like, even my kiddo, you know, and my husband, I'm just like, what are we like? We could do better than this, you know? To the point where it's probably really annoying, but
we all need it, I think.
Yeah.
That's why that's great that you have a balance though with, with
Mhm.
Amber, you guys, it's a good balance.
Yeah.
A little,
Well, we're
yeah.
also delusional and we think we could do literally anything. So that's
But listen, don't you
And
think
that's
most people
contagious.
why not?
I don't think
Why
that is like a
not?
natural thing for me, and I think I believe it because you believe it. And you are
Synergy.
she's so like she's a businesswoman. Like she's just naturally good at that, and like I'm a people person and I'm naturally good at that,
Perfect.
and those two things go so
We
and like
combine
so
those.
well. And I think like my business, my shop and my healing work that I do is more successful because I have Taylar in my
Oh my
life. Like
God.
because I like it's contagious. It's like this
Thank you.
energy I get to like
That's
be in
awesome.
your aura, and it's like, okay, yeah, why can't I do it? Of course I can do it. Like you
You can
make
do
me
it.
believe in myself more, and I'm like feed on it. But it's not like taking it from you. You're just
No.
like overflowing with it.
Right,
Wow,
right.
that's really sweet.
Yeah.
And it's great that you can share that with her. You know what I'm saying? When people
Mhm.
like, not to be morbid, but like when people pass away and they're just like,
Yeah.
oh, well, they were this and this and that, and to me and blah blah blah. It's like, why can't we normalize just saying,
Yes.
just being like,
Also,
like
gas
saying
me
those
up.
things to
I
people?
need words of affirmation.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
my love
Yes.
language. So
Mhm.
please tell me.
That's awesome. I love
Yeah.
that. No, you guys have a great chemistry, and
Thank
I just see it. Like, but it's
We have a lot
but
of
it's
fun.
welcoming. It's welcoming. You're like you're open to speaking with me, and that's why I'm
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
thanks. Like this is great.
Yeah, we can't
We're
wait to
down.
hear your story.
Yeah, so excited to have you on Waking Up the Witch. Mhm.
Thank you, and it's so cool. Like my friend Trace,
Mhm.
your client. When I went to go visit her, she's like, Zania, you should write a movie. I was just like, oh yeah, I don't know. It's kind of deep.
Literally when you're watching a movie and it's like it's that capturing star
Yeah.
that's going to keep you through, and then you're just cheering and rooting for the main character. Like
Yeah,
you're the main character of your story and we're cheering you on and rooting for you.
And
No, it's
also,
true.
whatever happened to
Mhm.
you before doesn't have to define anything
Yes.
about who you can become. It's like what you
100%.
choose
Yes,
to do. I heard
absolutely.
something a really long time ago, and I think it was about like, it's not your fault what happened to you, but
Mm.
it is your fault, like how you act, how you heal
Mhm.
from it or act.
It's like
Right.
I butchered that, but it's
you're not
I know, I get
responsible for
the
what the hurt that was caused to you, but you are responsible for the healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not an excuse
right.
to be a fucking asshole
Yeah.
just because you had a hard
Totally,
upbringing.
totally. And like, are you familiar with Gabor Mate? Dr. Gabor Mate? He's like
No.
he specializes in trauma and addiction, and he gets to the root of everything. I don't
Love.
actually have his book right in front of me, but I discovered him a few years ago, and I was just like, had I just found this person, my childhood or like teenage years, whatever, I'm just like, it would help me understand the people in my family or things like that. But
Mhm.
he talks about how it's kind of like the body keeps a score.
Yep.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
yeah. So it's kind of like it's not. We're not defined by the things that happen to us or
Mhm.
the mental illnesses that they say we have or the
Totally.
addictions, And so I don't know, it kind of reminds me of that. It's like, yeah, like
Yeah.
that's why if I was diagnosed or I was diagnosed like PTSD, depression, anxiety years ago, I was like, that doesn't define me. So I don't
No.
like to harp on it too much, but I don't know. I'm also just like, yes, it's there, but it's also
Yeah.
I see
Totally.
you,
Yep.
but I'm also not gonna be defined by that. And
And
Oh.
I
that's it.
think as like healers and people that want to help people, we go through that stuff. Like our soul's
Yes.
purpose was to go through that so that we had the tools to help others through their
100%.
shit.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Absolutely.
And
Wow.
you're strong enough to have carried it and come out the other side.
Mhm.
And I
Totally.
mean, if we really all believe we kind of like chose our battles before we came here.
I believe that.
And
Mhm.
so you
Do you
signed up
believe
for
we
it.
chose our do you believe we chose our parents?
Yes.
Yeah. And
Do you believe
I
that? I do
100%.
yeah.
too. I do too.
With
And then
no proof or anything. I just like what my soul feels.
Yeah. Same.
no, totally. Like I think my son, I'm like, thank you for choosing me. He's like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about, mama?
Same.
I'm
Yeah.
like, you'll know one day.
Yeah. 100%.
I was like holding my baby, falling asleep last night, thinking that. Just like, I'm so happy that we're together again.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what made me cry.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. It's the best.
It is the best.
So in retrospect, what are like where you're at in your life right now, both of you as individuals? Like, what has kept you? What like piece of advice? It could be faith. It could be it could be anything. Music. Anything that's kind of like words of wisdom, even that have just kept you on this track. So, like, what has kept you going? Is there anything that you can pinpoint? It could be a couple
Yes.
things.
I'll
Anything.
start so I don't forget.
Okay.
My theme this year is worthiness, and just like I went to this like big conference and there's like these people on stage and they just said you're worthy, and I just started like bawling my eyes out, and it was like
Wow.
a trigger for me, and I'm like, why am I crying? Like, why am I sobbing just at someone saying like you are worthy? And I feel like it unlocked this like whole part of me that like
Wow.
I have taken with me since that day. And it's not like nobody's ever said that to me before. I just don't know what happened that day.
You were
And
ready
then
for it.
also a big
Mhm.
thing that I'm like really thinking and believing this year is you wouldn't have the dreams and goals and passions that you have if it didn't already exist on some timeline. So no dream that you have is too big. It already exists out there, and that's why you're being called to it. It's chasing you the same way you're chasing it. It's just like you're
Right.
searching for each other, and it's giving you the little nuggets to get there, but if you can think it, it exists.
Yes.
I love that.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
So good. I think for me, I've been trying to think of what this is for me, and like as I'm sitting here, I think my whole life I've always really full chest, full body believe that everything is always working out for
Yes.
me. Like everything that happens is part of that divine plan, and like what is either like there's a lesson over here, or there's, like she said before, like we're going through this thing that's going to give us the tools for what our future holds, and we don't know what that looks like yet. And so when things are feeling like I'm in a struggle, or I don't know how things are going to work out, or like how am I going to be able to do X, Y, or Z? Like I don't have the resources right now, and I'm so scared, and like, holy shit, I could lose everything. Like I feel like that's kind of, I've always lived in that space a lot of my life. Like I grew up really poor and like check to check, and lots of ramen and stuff like that, that it's like I think that's kind of how I've always lived that way. So I'm always like worried about how the next thing's going to come. And as I get older, the thing I just keep telling myself is like, I can look back on my whole life of all of these times where I was like, I don't know how I'm going to pay rent. Like my bank account is negative with all of these charges and stuff. And like, how am I ever going to get out of this? Like, I'm thinking worst case scenario, and it always fucking works out.
Yeah.
And as soon as I stop worrying about it, and I stop being scared of how it's going to work out, and I just surrender, and I just say, you know what, universe, you got this. Like I trust you. I know that I am on a path and I'm going to figure it out. I can't see it yet. And so I just need to clear my mind and trust, like you're going to show me the signs that everything's working out. And then once I do that, I see it and I know, and things happen. Like money just shows up unexpectedly, or whatever. And like it literally just happened to me again this week, where I'm like, I've had this goal, this thing that I've been wanting to do for years and years and years, and I just keep talking about it to everybody. Like one day, and it's a really expensive program, but one day I'm going to do it. Like this is the next part of the healing that I'm going to provide for others. The healing services that I've been going through for the last 7 years that have transformed me. And one day I'm going to get certified, and I'm going to help other people this way. And this week, my aunt just sent me exactly the dollar amount that I need,
$2,500.
$2,500, so that I can go do
Out
the
of nowhere.
certification. Yeah. And I was like,
That's amazing. I got chills right now.
yeah,
That's
like
amazing.
I started crying. I like walk up to my husband, like shaking my phone, like crying. He probably thought like someone just died because I couldn't fucking talk. And like, it's been hard the past couple years financially. Like we both work jobs that we don't have regular paychecks. So it's literally keep going, keep believing, keep like, you're supposed to be doing this. It's important. And like he started crying, and her note was like, I believe in you. And that's what got him on top of like, that's a lot of fucking money to just show up so that you can go do this thing, because she believes that it's important too. And And my aunt's not rich. She doesn't have money. Like this, it's so, I
Yeah.
don't know how that's not for me to
Wow.
know because she
Yeah.
loves me. And so it's like, always remember. And I literally just surrendered like this weekend, and I've had like the best month after month after month here at my business,
Awesome.
where I'm like, okay, everything is literally working out for me. The universe is literally
Yes.
telling me, like, don't give up on this dream and all the work that you've put into this thing. Like, keep working at it, just keep pouring into it. And it's that Delulu thing. Like, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to pay my mortgage this month, but I'm going to fucking keep
Right.
showing up, and I'm going to work on all these 3 projects and businesses that we're building. And it's just, it's
Yeah.
got to work. It's going to work because I'm pouring that
Absolutely.
energy into it, and I'm lit up, and I have
Yes.
this unlimited reservoir of energy to like keep pouring into these things. Like, this is what I'm supposed to be
Wow.
doing. And so for me, it's literally just that surrender, that trust, that like looking
Mhm.
back when I don't believe I'm going to make it, and looking back at how I've always made it. It may not be how I thought it would be,
Yep.
but it really has just gotten better. Like,
Wow.
it just keeps getting better. And so I think if you could just believe in
Yeah.
yourself and like look back at, like, you've survived, you've gotten to where you are. And there's so many times we've all been through stuff where it's like, how the fuck am I going to do
Yeah.
that? I don't know how I'm going to do it. And like, we made it.
Right. No, that's so like that hits, that's so real.
So
In
real.
terms of like the whole delusional thing or delulu, like I don't subscribe to those words because I'm
Mhm.
like, if that's what people see me as, then great.
Yeah.
You know, because like I've seen so many, you know, it's like highs and lows where I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it'll happen. And
Yeah.
then and it's like I've had people like my mom, she's like, you always somehow make things happen. It just does.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just does because it has to.
Yeah.
Because
It
why
has
not
to.
me?
And you
Why
believe that
not
it
you?
has to. Why
Yeah.
not you? Exactly.
Yeah. Why
Why
not
not you?
us? You know,
The
like
more
it's like
people that you meet too that like you think are successful or you think are like
Mhm.
powerful, and then you meet them in person, you're like, oh, you're a person.
Just a person.
Then you're like, okay, well, if you can do it, I can do it.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. And I worked in entertainment. I still do. And I've met really like high, you know, level
Yeah.
celebrities. And you're just like,
Yeah.
Yeah. We
that's
put
great.
everybody
And I
on a
love that.
pedestal.
Yeah.
And it's motivating because you're just like, that's great. But it's like, I still feel in that person's presence. I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Totally.
like this is fine. We get along.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing different.
Just
You
two
know, like
humans connecting.
exactly. Exactly. I love that. I love that. And you know, I'm very big into inner child healing
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
inner child meditation and stuff like that. So with that said, I wanted to just ask you, how do you feel about that? Like, do you tap into that? Do you still talk to those little girls,
Oh
or do
yeah.
you know, how do you nurture those girls? You know, it could, you know, and sometimes I'm like, it doesn't necessarily have to just be a little girl. It could be a teenage self,
Yeah.
and that's something where I need to get into. It's
Yeah.
more the teenage Zania, you know. So what about like what are your thoughts on that and, you know, inner
Every
child?
time I'm driving home from work and I look at the mountains, I just think like I'm just a little girl from Illinois. How am I even surrounded by
Wow.
mountains? Like it's
Wow.
crazy. And then I do this practice. I guess it's not necessarily inner child, but it's like kind of talking to her, but it's like speaking about yourself to yourself in almost third person or like second. I don't know.
Mhm.
But I'm just like,
Okay.
it's look at all the things you're doing. Like, it's so crazy that you're living in this town with this life you built with this like husband that you actually fucking are obsessed with, and like this baby, and like
Wow.
literally explaining your life to yourself
Mhm.
as like someone from the past, like really makes me more grateful for it
Totally.
in the moment. I think I could
Awesome.
definitely do more inner child work and like meditations. I always cry a lot during them.
Wow. Yeah. It's oof.
I just
I
think she would be
recommend
so
it.
proud of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
That's
that's a lot
awesome.
for me too, similar of just like little me would be so proud and like so excited, like, holy shit, we own a witch shop, and you like
Yeah.
provide healing and create like gatherings of people, and wow, you talk on a microphone to people around the world. We can do that. Like,
Yeah.
hello, landline. And long distance calling, like what a
Right.
wild like world. So there's definitely a lot of that happens. I think too, just like playing,
Yeah,
because
we're
like
big on being goofy
like
Oh, I
and
we
love
silly.
that.
we
Okay.
literally a couple weeks ago we had it all day for our pod day, so we did recording, and then it's like, okay, let's just make content, like we're together, let's just play. And I totally forgot, like when it was the year we started our podcast, our birthdays are 10 days apart, and
Oh, wow.
she was like,
That's me
I'm
and
going to
my
have
bestie.
Curtis buy me these roller skates. And I was like, oh my God, I would love rollerblades. Like when I was in middle school, like that was my favorite thing. Every Friday night we went to Roller King, and we, flirting with all the boys. And like, it was like my
Yeah.
freedom. I was like 12 years old, rollerblading around the rink. So we both got
Wow.
skates for our birthday that year, and they've lived here at my shop since then. And I've broken them out a couple of times, but when we were making content, I was like, oh my God, Taylar, our skates are here. Let's put on our skates. And like we both
Wow.
strapped up our skates and like rolled around my shop. And it was like, it's so freeing, like
It's
just
so
to
cool.
be doing that thing that when you were younger at any age, like what brought you
Mhm.
joy? What made you feel like just freedom and excitement?
Right.
What were you really good at that maybe you don't do anymore? And I don't think we do that enough as adults. And like it's when we
Totally.
really light up, when we're just having fun, just for the sake of fun. And
Mhm.
like that's
And
been
nothing is that fucking serious. It's
no,
really not.
no.
Like,
Can that
chill
be?
out,
Can we
girl.
make that a soundbite?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It's so true. It's not that serious, right? And I have
Everything's
to
fucking made
remember,
up. So it's like,
Mhm.
what's your
like, none of this is
perspective on
real,
it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right? We're
exactly.
literally made from stardust. I tell myself we're stardust. It's okay, like, to not be, perfect at this and that. That's awesome. No, I love that. I love the play. I love that. That's something that I feel that even just me going to a park, for example, and I see people, like there's a skating rink near me, and my son's kind of we're like I broke my tooth as a kid when I was
Yeah,
skating, my
trauma
adult
also.
tooth. So I don't want to go on there, but I'm willing to. If he wants to, I will go. But it's cool.
Yes.
I get joy out of seeing people have fun, but even dancing, but like at a bar,
Yeah.
I
people are
need to
having fun
dance
for certain
so bad.
reasons, right? And like dancing, and like when I'm telling you, when the house is empty, which is very rare at my house,
Mhm.
I will throw on records, and I have like some old stuff that I used to listen to when I was a kid, and I'm like, oh,
Yes.
I'm turning this shit up, because it's like that's what
Music's
takes me
huge.
back.
Same.
Yeah, and like I live in the 90s, like 90s
Yep,
grunge,
me
like
too.
that's where I'm at.
Hey, if I come to LA for my birthday, will you take me out dancing? I've
Yeah,
LA. I
I
mean, I
mean,
want some
it's kind of
like,
scary right now, but it's okay.
that's fine.
You'll be
I'm
fine.
from St. Louis, so whatever.
No,
Wild
just
West.
with the climate of there's like stormtroopers or whatever they are
Totally.
out
Yeah.
here.
I'm not
It's
scared.
very weird. No,
Also,
no,
yeah.
yeah, you'll be fine.
She'll fit in.
No, yeah. Oh my gosh, if you come out to LA, please let me know,
Okay.
please. And then the
It's
next
like,
time I go to
Yes.
Oregon, I will
yeah.
definitely.
Yes.
I don't know if Tracy's gonna still be. I don't know what her plans
I
are.
don't know
We'll
either.
have to
I'll
talk to
see her
her soon.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I love Tracy. She's the best.
She's really
She's
great.
my Capricorn homie. Like we know each other for years. Something about her energy is awesome.
And
Just
calming.
it keeps me yes,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yes.
grounded.
And it's funny because we have another friend. He's a Scorpio, and that's how we met. And he used
Cute.
to be an old boss. Anyway, long story short, we're both Scorpios, and then there's Tracy, our Capricorn.
I love a Capricorn.
We're like, "Ah," yeah. But that's awesome. No, I love this. Thank you. So what are your next what are you working on before we close this out? I know we're getting to time. What are your next projects other than
Oh my
amazing
gosh.
content that you're doing? Is there
We're doing
anything
so
that we
much.
should know about?
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah.
We're in the midst. So we started our Patreon that
Okay.
offers like a monthly spell or meditation at the lowest tier. And then once you go up, which is like $2
Yeah.
or something, once you
Okay.
go up, you get access to like my curated Spotify playlist. So I'll have something for like each astrological season, and then like twerking manifestation playlist, a money playlist, lots of
Mhm.
like twerking stuff. And then we're building out a
Yes.
course to help other people kind of like find their worthiness. I'm pretty sure we're going to call it something about you're worthy. And it'll
Huh?
be it's still in the works. So like a 6 to 12 week course where you're like being immersed in shadow work and journal prompts and meditations to find yourself and attract kind of your dream life.
Wow.
We'll also have like a monthly bonus episode. We just recorded this week. Taylar took her on a past life regression session that we recorded on the microphones.
So you do that.
I do
you
past life
facilitate
work.
those.
Yeah, I do past
Really?
life
Okay,
And
so
you
regression.
can
we're
do it
gonna have to.
virtually.
Yeah, I do everything virtually too
Really?
if you want. So I
I definitely want.
I work with
that.
people all over the world, and it's really
Oh my
fucking
gosh.
cool to be able to do
Okay.
that. Yeah, like the energetic container is not bound by space or time, so it's pretty cool. So we did a past life
Wow.
regression session. So we'll probably do some fun things like that. Like in the beginning of our podcast, it was a lot of Taylar and I just kind of bantering. We did this thing called Wine Down Wednesdays or Witchy
Love it.
Wine Wednesdays, I forget, until she got pregnant, and like we just haven't really done it. So we're gonna kind of, put little things like that over on Patreon, and really let like the main focus of the podcast be chatting with people. Yeah, we have like a whole thing set up, so we're really like working on building that, and hopefully by next month we'll have it like fully ready to go, which will be nice. And then so Patreon's great.
Locally, we have an event company called Moonlight and Magic, and we throw
Okay.
quarterly pop-ups. And so we'll have one at Lovely Hair Lounge and outside of Ashland, like
Okay.
close down the street. We have lots of magical vendors, live music, food, tarot readers, astrologers,
Wow, I
juice
gotta get out
gems,
there.
hair sparkles.
Performers.
Yeah, so we'll do that on September 27th, and then we're going to have a
Okay.
bigger ticketed event out at my friend's property October 18th for Amber's 40th
It's my
birthday.
40th birthday.
Oh
So-
my goodness.
And
It's
our
gonna
other
be a
partner,
rager.
all three of us have October birthdays, so it'll also be like just a fun celebration of all
Wow.
of us. And again,
40 is
vendors,
great,
readers.
by the way.
Oh, I'm like, I have no problems
You
with
know
it. I
what?
love getting
I-
older.
I feel that once
Okay,
I
you
hit
both
40,
look great though too. So
Thank
Thank
you. Well, I'm
you.
going to be 43 in October. So
yeah, I
I'm
would
just
have
kind of
never
like,
thought
you know,
that.
When's your
you.
birthday in October?
October 26th.
Oh, I'm the
Okay,
28th.
great.
We can just go dancing for
I was
our
gonna
birthdays
say-
together.
I love that for
Maybe
us.
you come out here for your birthday and come to our Moonlight and Magic event.
I mean, tempting me with a good time.
Yes.
No, I know.
Yeah.
That's
It's-
awesome.
yeah, it's
So,
really
no,
fun. We had
40s are great.
at our first Moonlight and Magic event around the summer solstice, and it was absolutely mind-blowing. Like, so many people. We had belly dancers, we had aerial performers, like a whole fun
Wow.
witchy drink menu, vendors, readers. It was such a good time.
Yeah,
and
it was great.
it's only going to
Awesome.
get better as we grow and continue. So at least quarterly around the seasonal changes, we'll be hosting that locally all around the Rogue Valley. So we're really trying to bridge that gap because the valley's very spread out and there's all these
Okay.
little cities and towns all over. So we're really trying to like bring the whole community together at these events every quarter if we can. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
Well, that's
follow us on
great.
TikTok. We're always doing stupid shit over there for fun.
Love it. Love it. And what's the handle? Can you just blast off how people can find you?
Yeah, we're Waking Up the Witch Pod on TikTok, and then Instagram is Waking Up the Witch, and
Okay.
we'll have a link tree on there to go towards all of our other stuff,
Mhm.
Patreon, and everything like that.
Nice. I love it. Well,
And
thank
if you
you
want
both
to
again.
follow us separately,
Yeah.
Amber, you can get any
yes.
services from her virtually, and you can also order from her online store
Yeah.
of Moonbees.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there was an
I
online
ship.
store. I need to do more digging. Okay.
There's a lot of magic over on Moonbees, both in person
it.
and online. So Moonbees Wellness on Instagram and Moonbees _ Medford on TikTok. Taylar's teaching me the
Yes.
TikToks.
And then Taylor Pickett Styles
talks.
for like hair care. I coach people as well over there and have like tutorials up for curly hair, and then
Nice.
Southern Oregon Curl on TikTok.
I want to just thank you both again, just for, I feel like, not that I manifested you, but I feel
Cute.
maybe I can call it that a little
Did
bit.
we love that?
Because I've been like, I'm like, just put me in the path of people that are like-minded.
Heck yeah.
And not that I'm not open to other people's point of views, but it depends on what it is.
For
Totally.
sure. Same. We're the same.
But like just like-minded, just your stuff just resonates. And thank you for you're doing, the good work out there.
You
Wow,
too.
Thank you so much.
I'm excited to see how it's gonna all keep evolving.
Me
for
too.
You two.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna keep an eye out, and then I definitely want to get out there to visit you two.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
come out here
let's
to
go
LA.
have fun.
I'll come.
Yay! Wine
Well,
Wednesday.
thank you.
Yes. We'll take so much good
Thank you
wine
both
out
so
here.
much.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Thank you once again for listening to the Retrospective Paths podcast, and we will see you later. Bye. Bye.